Cut It Out is the early leader. Shags in second, Posse, followed by Gabfest. Miss Helter Skelter is going to be caught very wide. A couple to Cash on the outside of Seesaw, and about 4 to Pistolero. Racing down past the 800, Chris Wern rides hard on Shags, and Shags puts on the gas and opens up 2.5. Now, nearly 3 lengths on Gabfest. Third, Cut It Out. Fourth, Miss Helter Skelter. About 3 lengths further back, Cash around Seesaw, and 3.5 further away is Pistolero to the 600, and Wern is trying to steady Shags. It's about 1 length and 3/4 Gabfest. 1.5 to Cut It Out. Miss Helter Skelter. 6 lengths Cash, followed by Seesaw, and now being past Seesaw by Pistolero. Straightening up. Shags taken on quickly by Gabfest. They put 2, Cut It Out, and then Miss Helter Skelter inside the 300. Shags on the inside. He's fighting back, but Gabfest has almost got him. In fact, Gabfest put the neck in front of Shags to Miss Helter Skelter. Running home pretty well is Cash with Pistolero, but Gabfest is drawn clear and is in no danger, and Gabfest wins it well. Second home going to Cash, Pistolero or Shags third, followed home then by Miss Helter Skelter, Cut It Out, and Seesaw finished at the tail of the field. Too good. Gabfest, written by Rod Quinn. Well, it must have been the intention for Connections to instruct Chris Wern to lead. Last week, of course, he drew a better gate with Brent Stanley in the saddle. He was able to take the sit today. He was ridden for speed, and he had nothing left when Gabfest tackled him over the concluding stages. Number 2, Gabfest, has paid a win divvy of $2.40 and $1.60. Second goes to number 6, and that is Cash, written by Darryl McClellan. And the Cash has paid $4.60, and the judge has called on a finish links look for third, resting between Pistolero wide out and the Shags over on the inside. Looking at the free shot there, it looks like Pistolero's got third beyond any shadow of a doubt. In fact, you'd give up forever if it hasn't. Yes, it's run third, number 3. Pistolero, although the camera, of course, and our broadcasting position are not compatible.
All right, 2, 6, 3 numbers are up. Race 2 at Rosehill, just standing by for those Queensland dividends to come through on the second, and we'll be back for the third. A welter over 1,500 metres with a field of 7 runners, ruling out a third dividend. We'll come back. Oh, there they are. $2.40, $1.50 Gabfest, $4 Cash, no third Pistolero, $19 Quinella, and the trifecta was $127.50 on race 2. Cheltenham's next. Race 2 in 6. Flawed Logic, Directory, Priceless, Eternal Desire. 7, 1, 6 and 5 are the Sky ratings. Directory 370, Flash Henry 890, My Buccaneer 37, Slick Magic 17, Eternal Desire 270, Priceless 590, Flawed Logic at $5. 29 Super Sequel, and Sorrento at $9.70. 6.20 It's Platonic, 10 Hello Dolly, 12 Miss Powerbird, 47 Romano Star, Perno 670, Calm Smites at $6.90, KMS 21 and Fates Gallants at $62. And we'll keep you updated with Flemington as we get nearer to post time. Moving in at Newcastle for race 1. Back with our live coverage after this.
At Newcastle. Just Wally, the final one to load. It's at around $66 on the tote. Bond 5 favourite 220. Set to run. Race over the 1,400 metres, and the field is now set to go. Master Maestro stands okay in close. Starter has a good line. Field of 10 for the first at Newcastle. Canny Gold a bit edgy in the centre. Bit fired up there, Canny Gold. Gates are back and they're racing. Good start. Mahini from towards the inside was one of the best to begin. Showing speed, Sapphire Prince and Danzel Knight's going forward as well. After 100 metres, Danzel Knight, the leader from Sapphire Prince, Canny Gold, and Gomax improves up to 4th. They're 2 lengths in front of Nahini early, followed further back in the field now by going forward in the race was the favourite Bonfire. It's about midfield now. They were followed by Just Wally improving around the field. Master Maestro's gone back to second last, and Barker Boy is last of all. Gomax around the outside at the 900 is now the leader by a length. Danzel Knight, who still has the rail. 2 lengths Kenny Gold on the inside of Just Wally, followed by Showtime Warrior. Getting off the fence at that point was Sapphire Prince. 2 lengths Nahini, and they were followed by Bonfire. 2 lengths Master Maestro, and Barker Boy is last of all. At the 600 metre mark, Gomax the leader, still one off the rail. Danzel Knight still has the inner. 2 lengths in front of Kenny Gold third, and then came Just Wally, Showtime Warrior. Sapphire Prince behind those from Master Maestro. Nahini, Barker Boy well back. Bonfire starting a move down the outside, and Just Wally's gone back to last. Gomax and Danzel Knight still together, but Bonfire is surging up the centre. Nahini tries to go with it. Bonfire in one foul swoop's gone to the front though. At the 200 metre mark, the favourite clears out. Bonfire by 3 lengths to Nahini. Master Maestro picking up ground with Sapphire Prince, then Barker Boy, but Bonfire is going to romp the first in by 2.5 lengths. Nahini second, Master Maestro third, and Barker Boy fourth. They were followed by Sapphire Prince from Danzel Knight. Showtime Warrior. Back in the field was Gomax with Kenny Gold, and last to finish Just Wally. A comprehensive victory to number 9 Bonfire for Nathan Stanley, replacing Craig Agnew. Good pick-up ride for Nathan, and Bonfire has been too good in the first event at $2.10 for Nathan Stanley and Clary Connors. First number 9, as we await on the official numbers to come through on the first event. 34.75 was the last 600 metres. 34.75, 124.69. 124.69.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. I would expect that Clary Connors would be at Flemington watching that one on Sky Channel somewhere today. Clary would be at Flemington to watch a few of his team, including Keys, go around in the Wakeful Stakes a bit later on. 9.10.6 on race 1. Now, the 4th at Flemington is coming up in 5 minutes, the Hardy Brothers Classic. And from the top, Dandify 23, 10 Tickle My, 43 Lady Marion, Market Price 9, 36 Noir Seer, 35 Larzophony, Super Sequel 30, and Sorrento is at $10. 6.40 It's Platonic, 10 Hello Dolly, 12 Miss Powerbird, 53 Romano Star, Perno 7.10, Calm Smitzer would be the favourite at that quote, 6.30, 21 KMS, and Fates Gallant at $63. Very open affair. Calm Smitzer just ahead of It's Platonic on the TAB. Now, Alf Matthews has put this in-form mare on top, Perno, number 13, trained by Michael Moroney, who won the Saab previously with May the Horse Be With You. Very nice mare this. She's had 7 starts for 6 wins, including her last 2. She looked good winning the Tristark at Caulfield 2 weeks ago. Plenty of potential there. Market Price, number 4 for second, 6 Larzophony, and 9 It's Platonic also chances. It's Platonic ran second in this race last year. 13, 4, 6 and 9. Alf Matthews, Mounting Yard Late Mail for the Group 2 Hardy Brothers Classic, which is coming up in 4 minutes' time. So Alf has left out the favourite for the race, Calm Smitzer, number 14, $6.20. A Zabeel mare trained by David Hall at Flemington. She's been placed at her last 2, both in group company. Third in...
I thought she was of the on-paces that might get a good run at a bit of odds, KMS, number 15.
Yeah, there's a good bit of speed here. Romano Star's going to be pushing forward. Super Sequel, KMS will be on the pace. Lady Marion's another one.
Yeah, the speed's out wide, isn't it? And
yeah,
you expect them to come across. So, yeah, no, should be a very truly run race.
Yeah, maybe Market Price can just get the favours over on the inside and be ridden for luck. She might be a chance. Tickle My back here to Flemington, where she really does fire. Now, Hello Dolly, the New Zealander, coming up. Back for plenty today here, Hello Dolly. Noir Seer will be suited with the speed in front on a track that's close to fast. And they're just about ready for the Hardy Brothers. Yes, they line up, ready to go. Off and running. Market Price bounced quickly. So did Perno near the inside from Calm Smitzer away well. Larzophony and KMS and Super Sequel starting to push forward. Further out, Dandify when they settle down. And Tickle My and Noir Seer have gone back to the tail. First 200 metres, plenty of pace as we thought there would be. Lady Marion, KMS, Super Sequel the fence, and it's now KMS just leading. Led 3/4 now to Super Sequel. Lady Marion and Dandify got up to be 4th early. A length further back, It's Platonic on the outside there of Perno. 1 further back, Calm Smitzer. A length in Lizophony, Market Price just off midfield, followed by Miss Powerbird. Fates Gallant, Romano Star, 2 further back, Hello Dolly, then Sorrento. Back with Tickle My and 2 lengths last of all, Noir Seer. Good speed running to the 900 metre mark, and the leader KMS. 3/4 in front of Lady Marion, a length and a half. Super Sequel third, the inside of Dandify. It's Platonic fifth, but out 3 deep, a length further back, Perno. They're followed the middle by Calm Smitzer, and out 3 deep, Lizophony. A length and a half to Market Price, over along the inside of Miss Powerbird. Then Fates Gallant further back, Romano Star, Hello Dolly, Sorrento, Noir Seer and Tickle My coming around the home turn at the 550 metre mark, and KMS on the inside just in front. Moving up is Lady Marion and Super Sequel getting a run on the fence. Market Price has improved, but she needs luck on the white cap on the inside. Perno further out down the outside. Calm Smitzer followed further back by Romano Star. Market Price getting out, goes up to KMS from Perno. Calm Smitzer further out, but Market Price hit the front on the inside now. Calm Smitzer, Perno, latest Tickle My and Noir Seer, but Market Price off the one gate, and Market Price scores a length and a half. Perno second, Calm Smitzer third. Wider out Tickle My from Noir Seer, further back Romano Star, Lizophony, Super Sequel, Dandify, then Hello Dolly, Miss Powerbird, further back Fates Gallant, Sorrento, a gap to KMS, well back Lady Marion, and it's Platonic near the tail.
4 Market Price, Glen Boss, 9.90 the win, 3.30 for the place, 13 Perno, 2.60, 14 Calm Smitzer, $2.10.
Correct weight, Newcastle, race 1 on 9, 10 and 6.
There by Boss, we thought he'd just have to ride this all the way for luck. And he has. Number 4 is in the frame, number 13 is second, and number 14 is third, 4, 13 and 14. The speed was there. He just got back off midfield at the 800 metre mark and just continued to rail up, and you could see that she was travelling well if she got out. And she did down inside the 200 metre mark. She got clear to get a crack at them. Quickly went to KMS. Perno, Calm Smitzer were just battling outside her, and she's come on to win and win well. Good Flemington mare, top of the ground mare, 1600 her distance. And a win for Tony McAvoy here at the Flemington Carnival in the Hardy's Brothers with Market Price, number 4. Number 13 is second. Perno, ridden by Karen McAvoy. She ran well. And third in is number 14, Calm Smitzer, ridden by Damien Oliver. Inside barriers to the 4 there. They've come off barriers 1, 2 and 4, the place getters there. Fourth in number 2, best of the back markers, and that, of course, was Tickle My, coming home very late, as we thought it would.
And the totes 4 Market Price, 9.90 the win, 3.30 for the place. 13 Perno, 2.60, 14 Calm Smitzer, $2.10. The Quinella, 41.10, exact is 75.70. Trifecta 4.13 and 14, 386.40, and the first 4, 4.13, 14 and 2, $3,210.50.
Race 5, the
Brothers Classic over 1,600 metres. Here's Greg Miles and the replay.
An attendant getting in with Hello Dolly as the starter releases the field, and Noir Seer slow from the outside. Perno was first to bounce out from Market Price, and Super Sequel pounced immediately on the lead. Last year's winner goes to the front out near the 1400. It's Super Sequel from KMS, Dandify and Lady Marion wide out improving. Perno in behind them, 5th the inside, and Calm Smitzer is 6th, followed by It's Platonic, who's trapped out 3 wide. 1.5 to Lizophony, Market Price. They're followed by Miss Powerbird and Fet Gallant. 2 lengths further back in the field over on the inside, Romano Star from Hello Dolly, Sorrento, Tickle My and Noir Seer at the 1,000 metre mark, and it's KMS by a length. Second placing held by Lady Marion. Super Sequel third the inside. Dandify is 4th. A length It's Platonic on the outside of Perno. She's followed by Calm Smitzer, Lizophony a little wider out, 1 to Market Price, followed by Miss Powerbird and Fet Gallant very wide. In behind them then is Romano Star as they sweep to the corner. Sorrento making some ground around Hello Dolly, and then Tickle My, Noir Seer as they're about to flatten for the run in, and it's KMS straightening up a narrow leader from Lady Marion. Super Sequel right behind them needing an out as Dandify makes ground, and Perno's trying to get into the clear. Market Price making some ground on the inside, and here's Calm Smitzer from Romano Star and Lizophony at the 300. KMS narrowly, but there's a wall of horses chasing. A Calm Smitzer and Perno are running on, and Market Price got a split one off the rail, and here's Noir Seer and Lizophony. Market Price got the split and hit the lead to Perno, Calm Smitzer and Tickle My, and it's Market Price coming away. Market Price by 2 lengths to Perno, a half hit to Calm Smitzer, then Tickle My and Noir Seer out wider, followed by Romano Star, and in behind them Lizophony, Hello Dolly, Dandify, Super Sequel. followed by Miss Power Bird, and then came Sorrento and Fetgallant. Tiring badly was Camus towards the tail, so too did Lady Marion and It's Platonic last of all.
Market price ridden by Glenn Boss and trained by Tony McAvoy, 9.30, 3.30. 13 Perno ridden by Karen McAvoy, 2.70. 14 Calm Smites are ridden by Damien Oliver, 2.20. 42.60 Quinella, $86 Exacta. The trifecta, $357. Of course, 12 months ago, Glenn Boss won the Derby on Hit the Roof. An early winner for him today with Market price in the Hardy Brothers Classic. And next from Flemington, it's the Qantas Wakeful Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies. Correct weight Newcastle, 9.10.6, $56.20 was the trifecta on race 1. Now, Doom. Caging them at Rose Hill for race 3. Salgado's the favourite, $1.70, but Raminko is tightening up, $4.50, 4 Bill 6, and Rara Eclipse at $8.80. First at Rose Hill went to Sportsman, ridden by Grant Buckley for Greg Hickman, and the second race went to Gabfest, number 2, ridden by Rod Quinn for John Hooks. So the first 2 winners have come from Warwick Farm. Now here's Ian with race 3.
Devastate and 3 ran 4th. Now, 3 to come up to line here at Rose Hill. In comes the rank outsider, Count Remy. Silent Impact has drawn the inside. Darryl McClellan reunited with Silent Impact today. They combined to win the Newcastle Cup last year, you might remember. Only the one out here, and that is Kessia. $1.60 now, Salgado, beautifully bred gelding by Dane Wynn from Slight Chance. Good sort of horse too. Looking for the hat-trick today, following wins here and at Canterbury. They're all in. Racing this time, Kessia, one of the roughies, jumped quickly but won't stay on the lead. Pretty keen for the front spot. Count Remy, the rank outsider, and now the favourite Salgado whipping up. And as they settle, it's Count Remy, just the leader from Salgado. Rara Eclipse third, 4 Bill 4, then Raminko. Kessia next to last, and Silent Impact drops to the rear as they go down the back of the track and go towards the 1100 marker. And Count Remy fired up. He's about 2.5 lengths on Salgado, a little over a length away third. 4 Bill followed by Kessia, Rara Eclipse 2, Silent Impact at a half length on the outside, Raminko. This is the order coming onto the side as they link with the 800 marker, and Count Remy reefing for rain. He's about a half to 3/4 Salgado, Kessia 3 wide. Old 4 Bill holding the fence 4th, and then Rara Eclipse at his girth. 2.5 Raminko and 3/4 to Silent Impact at the 600 marker, and Kessia given full rein now. Kessia a length and a half clear on Count Remy. Salgado third, Rara Eclipse is 4th, 4 Bill is 5th, and 2 lengths to the joint tail enders, Raminko and Silent Impact. Kessia straightens up, and she has a lead of a length and a half on Salgado, and Rara Eclipse is running a beaut race on the outside. Quince had to draw the whip on Salgado. Rara Eclipse got to the lead. Kessia's thrown in the towel, and then Raminko. It's Rara Eclipse a half length on Salgado, and then Raminko on the outside, but Rara Eclipse is pulling out plenty. Salgado can do no better, and Rara Eclipse will win the money. 4 Bill flew, but it's Rara Eclipse from 4 Bill. Photo third between Salgado and Raminko wide out, followed by Silent Impact, Kessia, and Count Remy finished at the tail of the field. Rara Eclipse, number 2, ridden by Jamie Innes for Bobby Pearce. By gee, that horse looked well. I know it's after the race, but we were just commenting earlier how well that horse looked, Rara Eclipse, on the way round to the gates. It's great credit to Robert Pearce. He's been around for a while, Rara Eclipse. Bobby hasn't had him for a longish period, but he did look magnificent, the best I've ever seen him today. And he's blown out the more fancied horses, particularly the odds-on Pop Salgado and the second pick, Raminko. In fact, the full numbers will be up in a moment. Rara Eclipse is first, and the judges called on the finish lengths for minors. 2 Rara Eclipse at $8.80 and $3, and the photo called upon for second, third and fourth. Time was 1:29.46. 34.93 the sectional time. The winner is owned by T. Fragiri, PM Steel, J.S. Nadil and D.K. Morgan. A 7-year-old chestnut gelding by Ideal Planet from Folio was having his 51st start today. Win 8, 10 seconds and 8 thirds, and by taking out $26,000 in the first prize money, has ended up with his overall earnings getting to about $220,000. 2 and a very close finish for the Miners. Takes quite a while to get these photos up in Sydney. I was only thinking earlier there was a very tight finish in Brisbane earlier in the day, and basically the last horse went over the line and bang, up went the winning number straight away. I think something that Sydney can look at. 2, 1, 5 and 3 are the officials finally through. Rare Eclipse, J Innes first. Number 1, 4 Bill, G Buckley second, has paid $2.60. Number 5 is third, Salgado, written by Rod Quinn, no third. And number 3 ran fourth, and that was Raminko, 2, 1, 5 and 3. And here are the tote divvies.
All right, the New South Wales divs are up. $8.80, $3 Rare Eclipse, $2.64 Bill, no third Salgado, $20.20 Quinella, Exacta $41.20, Trifecta $69.50. And we'll keep an eye out for Super Tab and Queensland dividends on the third race. James Innes, the winning rider. Now, Cheltenham Chaka, Lilo Lil 6.30, 17 Moonflute, 100 Paladama, Tully Thunders at $15. Elathea at 50, 6.80 Gold Lottie, 14 Hot Beat, 100 Shah Alma, 8.20 Menang, 19 Keys, Silk Vale and Primary Vision, both at 100. The race in 10 for the fillies. Correct weight Rose Hill, Rare Eclipse beat 4 Bill and Salgado for a trifecta of $69.50. And full interims at Cheltenham on the third, 5.50, 1.70 Petite Etoile,
Peak Bay, 6.70 Tie Zero, 6.80 My Success, 8.30 for Miss Romance. Partners Please goes up, and the field of 14 is set to go for race number 2. Interesting maiden. Lonely Planet standing okay in close. Guy Gadol a bit edgy, along with Painter's Brush. Set to go. Ready to jump. 1200. Gates are back and they're racing. Lonely Planet, the inside, was a little bit edgy, but jumped away okay. Chesapeake Bay jumped away well with My Success. Dimple's not far away, and Guy Gadol's putting itself up there as they complete 200 metres. Guy Gadol goes to the lead by a length and a half, My Success, and they were followed by Painter's Brush third on the inside. Miss Romance not far away with Ours Truly. Ahead of those, My Success just threw its head up in the air. They were followed further back in the field then by Chesapeake Bay along the inside. Behind those then on the outside, Lonely Planet, and further back in the field behind those, Devilina from Painters. In fact, back at the tail of the field there was, as they come to the corner, Al Earl. Burgundian Red's back there with it, and at the tail of the field, Tie Zero. Up towards the home corner, Guy Gadol just the leader as they corner. Ours Truly around the outside, not far away, and My Success is there as well. Miss Romance, and further back in the field, then Devilina, who's coming up the centre of the track. At the 250 metre mark, Miss Romance goes to the front. Devilina down the outside with Ours Truly still kicking. Was Guy Gadol along the inside, and My Success with Guy Gadol. Partners Please along the inside. Miss Romance and Devilina the widest runner. Partners Please along the inside, drove through though, and Partners Please, too good. 2 lengths Guy Gadol. They were followed by My Success and Devilina. Behind those, Painter's Brush, then Miss Romance, Chesapeake Bay, Lonely Planet behind them, and they were followed by Dimples, Al Earl, Tie Zero towards the back of the field. One of the last ones in was Ours Truly, and Cash Crisis was back there with it. Partners Please along the inside at $10.70. I've got $97 on this on my monitor. I'm looking at a New Zealand race. $97 for the winner. Partners Please, number 8. 1:12.11 the race time. Last 600, 33.92. 1:12.11 the race time. Partners Please for Brooke Timmis and Chris Timmis take out race number 2. Driving up along the inside, we had Guy Gadol, My Success, Miss Romance. Chesapeake Bay was close and interfered with in the straight. Devilina was making ground out wide, but Partners Please, there was a gap there big enough to drive a truck through, and it's driven right up on the inside to win at big odds, $97. and $19.60 for the place.
A bad one for punters. Thanks, Matt. We'll be back for the third there. An open handicap over 1,400 with a field of 7 to line up. 8.12.6, Newcastle race 2, 1:12.11 was the time. Now the Wakeful Stakes is coming up in 5 minutes. Runners are on the track and heading to the barrier. Wanmo 17, 660 Magical Miss, 10 Hosanna, Uga Chaka 630, Lilo Lil 680, Moonflute 16, Paladama 100, Tully Thunders at $15. To Alethea 48, 740 Gold Lottie, Hotbeat 12, 200 now for Shah Alma, 770 Menang, 19 Keys, Silk Vale and Primary Vision are both at 100. And the Wakeful Stakes coming up in about 4.5 minutes' time. Now let's look ahead to Doomben. Race 3 is coming up in 14 minutes' time. Arakai, Devil.
Out by 2 lengths to Sir Anna Bar, Dash for Cash, and then came Amalfi. It's Viscount well clear though, he's 3 lengths in front, and the Sydney Colt is holding them out. Dash for Cash comes home well, but Viscount and Karen McAvoy win the bill start. Dash for Cash second, Amalfi third, and then...
One of the top chances in this afternoon's main attraction, the BRC Derby at Flemington. And I think for most punters, the only concern with Viscount is whether he was mentally affected or how badly he was mentally affected by last week's Cox Plate, where he was knocked from pillar to post in running third. Now we've got the Wakeful Stakes coming up at Flemington very soon, in 90 seconds in fact. The main ones in commission, Magical Miss, trained by Bart Cummings. She won the 1,000 guineas at Group 1 level at Caulfield 2.5 weeks ago, 660. They are moving in. Hosanna, $9.60. Uga Chaka, $6.30. Lilo Lil, $7.10. And over to the next bunch there at Flemington. The others that are in commission. Again, it's an open race. Gold Lottie 8 and Menang is at $7.50. The Wakeful last year was won by Lolita Star, ridden by Stephen Baster. My Sienna won the race in 1999, ridden by Greg Hall. Other winners in the 90s have been Grand Archway, Kensington Palace, Denendry, Salius, Dream of the Dance, Arborea, Love Comes to Town, Richfield Lady and Beachside. Past winners of the Wakeful. A traditional lead up to the Oaks, which is run on Thursday, and it's usually a very, very good guide. Alf Matthews late.
Field of 16, most of them we'll see again, of course, over the longer trip in the Oaks on Thursday, the Crown Oaks. Magical Miss and the famous Cummings colours goes up to the outside, and they're ready to go in the Wakeful, Group 2. Signal given. Racing. Left the gate in a good line. Shah Alma checked after the start, went back, and so did Wanmo and Alethea. One of the first out, Lilo Lil, going very quickly around the outside, though, is Primary Vision. Primary Vision and Hotbeat pushing up on the fence, and further out, Gold Lottie is showing speed. With those is Hosanna, and pushing forward now, Keys. Keys going up in the middle, a terrific charge for the lead. Keys got it now from on the outside, Gold Lottie and Hotbeat third. Primary Vision back in the middle, and Hosanna 3 wide, but pushes up. A length further back, then Silk Vale, Paladama, and then came on the outside, Lilo Lil. 2 lengths further back in the race, then Tully Thunder on the inside of Menang. Magical Miss a little wide early, further back Alethea, Uga Chaka. They're followed by Moonflute, well back Wanmo and Shah Alma last of all. They're strung right out, and on the outside, Hosanna's taking it up at Chiquita Lodge. Hosanna now a length in front of Gold Lottie, and Keys now third. A length further back, Paladama fourth, one off the fence. A length further back, Hotbeat. They're followed over on the outside of it, coming down the side now by Silk Vale. Just in front of it, then Primary Vision, followed by Lilo Lil. Tully Thunder a fair way back on the outside of it, Menang. 2 lengths, Magical Miss is on the outside of Alethea. 2 to Moonflute, further back, then Uga Chaka, followed on the inside by Wanmo. And a length and a half, Shah Alma last of all. At the 800-metre mark, and it's Hosanna, heavily backed here in the Wakeful, a half length in front. Gold Lottie going up second, Keys third the fence. Fourth on the outside of it, then came Moonflute. They're followed by Hotbeat. Further back in the race, then coming up to the home turn, Primary Vision. They're followed by Menang, the inside, Silk Vale. Pulled to the outside, Lilo Lil when they turn for home. Let's have a look for Magical Miss and Uga Chaka. They're back third and fourth last, but they're starting to run on. At the 400-metre mark, Hosanna, Gold Lottie coming at them on the outside, Paladama. Keys on the inside of those. Further back about 3 lengths, Lilo Lil, then Tully Thunder.